Another great connection to have in your wire wrapping toolbox is the wrapped loop. So I showed you how to make an eye loop, and that's great for either temporary or when you need an adjustable connection. But a wrapped loop is a little more permanent, and I'll show you how to make one. Very similar start to the eye loop. In fact, you just go ahead and string your beads on like you would ordinarily. You go ahead and begin making your loop here. And if you're doing a lot of these, I often will set a mark on my pliers so that I make this round, the actual stringing hole, the same size, or you can use a multi-loop plier set. So multi-loop pliers have several different steps with a consistently shaped barrel rather than a tapered barrel and a normal round nose pliers. So they just help you consistently size your loops when you're using them. So in this case, we're going to pretend like we just have created the eye loop like we did previously, but instead of cutting this like we did with the eye loop, we're going to go ahead and wrap the tail of the wire around, and often you just kind of have to pinch it into place. You can actually use your chain nose pliers if you'd like to add a little bit of aggressive force. When you have enough, or you reach the tip of your beads here like this, simply take your wire cutters, give a little snip, try to catch your edge so it doesn't fly off. And then finish by hiding that tail and making sure that you don't have any sharp edges. The thing I like to do is to come back and look at my wraps here and make sure that they line up nicely, neatly. You got your loop in a good place. It just is a generally neat and tidy loop. So here's the difference. Eye loop here on the right, wrap loop here on the left. Just choose whichever one works for your jewelry design. Not one isn't better than the other. They just both serve a different purpose.